I am Butler Eagle Sports writer Derek Pida, and here with me today are fellow sports writer Brendan Howe and Eagle Sports editor Jake Murda Adams. This is Season 2 of the Alter Eagles Eye on Sports. Good evening, Karns City. You know, when the vast majority of football fans in this country hear KC football, what do they think? Kansas City, right? Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, that whole crew.
Big Red.
When I hear KC football, I think Joe Sherwin. I think powerful running game, stingy defense, a perennial playoff team. That's Karns City football, and we are more than happy to be kicking off the 2025 season right here at Dill Stadium with the Pie Fest going on. And we've got a great show ahead with interviews with Coach Joe Sherwin and three players, Mason Bell, Nathan Hess, and Hunter Scherer. Brendan, Jake, welcome back for Season 2. How was your summer? And most importantly, are you ready for some football?
Jake had me working all summer, so there was that.
Yes, definitely did. You needed it.
He keeps teasing me about being happy that it's football season, waiting for me to get tired of it, but I never do, so we're all good.
He's still young. I'm at the age now where it's like, okay, once we get to week 1, it feels like I've gone through 6 weeks of football. I don't know what that feels like for Coach over here. Like once you get through the preseason, if it feels like it's already been a marathon. But yeah, this is like the heart, the meat of the work right now for us, and I'm excited for it. Definitely am. But it's right this moment you're asking me. I am like 8 coffees in and just exhausted.
I use a coffee right now.
Well, we get the football preview out, and then we get a bit of a break, right? I mean,
for like 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. 2 days. Our first guest today has been with the program since the 1980s. First as a player, then an assistant coach, and now you've been the head coach here at Karns City, Joe Sherwin, since 2018. Last year, you led the team to a 7-3 record and a return trip to the District 9 championship game. Welcome, Joe. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you very much, and I want to thank the Butler Eagle for coming out here to Karns City.
So what's the position group that you feel the team is best adequate at going into the season? Where are you guys the best as far as manpower goes?
I'd have to say our offensive and defensive line. We got like 3 or 4 starters on the offensive line coming back, so we feel comfortable with those guys that are coming back. Same way defensively. We have a few guys that we need to plug in some spots, but I feel pretty strong about our offense and defensive lines.
So as a coach, would you rather have a ton of offensive and defensive linemen back, or maybe some skill players? Like which is better there, would you say?
I think I'd rather have the offensive and defensive line. I as long as I've been coaching, I feel that's where it starts at. You could have some of this, some of the best skill guys, but if you don't control the trenches up front with the offensive and defensive line, I think you're gonna have a hard time, even if you have maybe an advantage with the skill guys. So I'd rather have those offensive and defensive linemen.
Yeah. So Derek lays out your Gremlins resume. You've been here for a little while. What keeps you coming back year after year? What is it about this program that you love so much that you keep coming back?
I don't think it's just me. It's my whole coaching staff. We have several guys that played at Karns City that are now coaching at Karns City. I feel like it's just been something that's been going on for a long time. We just want to give back to the school that gave us the start that we had, and keep that tradition going. And I just feel like it's not just me. It's all our coaches. We just feel like we want to continue that tradition.
Joe, Derek not so subtly said that you've been around for a while.
1980s.
Yeah.
Joe, I was in elementary school.
We don't want to talk about how.
Thanks for reminding me. I really appreciate that.
Do you, at this point in your career, do you get nervous before season openers or no?
Oh, yeah. I get nervous before practice, honestly. We had one earlier this week. Our afternoon practice didn't go so well, and I told a couple of guys I might be a little bit irritable today. I didn't get much sleep because we didn't have a good practice in the afternoon. So the next morning, I was a little bitter about the practice in the afternoon. So I get nervous about. I just get worked up. I just want us to be the best football team we can be.
So what is it with? I would think someone who's done this as a player, assistant coach, head coach. You've seen and done just about everything you possibly can. So why are there still nerves?
I think I'm just, we're always striving to be the best team we can be. And for me, I like details, pretty detail-oriented guy. So I want everything to go right. When everything doesn't go right, then that causes some frustration for me. But I think that's the way I feel like coaches should be. We want everything to be. Is it going to be that way 100% of the time? No, and we realize that. But that's our goal, and that's what we're aiming for.
You guys have, all of District 9 really has an interesting quirk this year. A good chunk of District 9 has an interesting quirk this year in that you're going to have home and homes this season. You guys get Punxsutawney twice. What's the challenge for that for you, or if at all? Is it different having to prepare for a team twice? Or are you going to try to hold some things back in the first matchup? Or how do you handle that?
So, originally our schedule, we supposed to play Punxsutawney twice. We're actually supposed to play Du Bois twice as well too, but we were able to have an agreement with Du Bois that each one of us went out and got our own separate games. We tried to do the same thing with Punxsutawney. That just didn't work out. But as far as like holding anything back the first time, I feel like if we do that, maybe we don't win the game. So I feel like we're not going to hold anything back the first game, and then from there, the second game, we'll just have to make maybe a few adjustments from there, and try to become victorious in the second game as well too.
That's a solid program you're going to be facing twice this year. Punxsutawney's got a good program. But Joe, what is the toughest game on your schedule, or the one that you're looking forward to the most?
That's kind of a loaded question. I can't pick out one game necessarily, but some games that this kind of come out in my mind. Central Clarion, they're the 3-time District 9 champs for 2A. So that's we're shooting to become the District 9 champs as well. So that game obviously is important. Du Bois has kind of we've had some really good games with Du Bois the last couple years. So that's going to be a good game as well. But there are several. Punxsy has a good team this year. We're playing Brockway. They have a good team this year. We're playing Westinghouse. They have a ton of good players. Have been to the state championship before. Wilmington is a program that's been to the state championship several times. Won a state championship as well. So I feel like this is a difficult schedule, and I think it's really going to prepare us for the playoffs.
I want to direct this to the group of kids behind us here. Like when we mentioned Central Clarion or Du Bois, like you guys are supposed to sit here and boo these teams. Like these are your enemies here. We're getting no feedback from the peanut gallery behind us.
Monitor.
There we go.
So Joe, you're a pretty humble guy, right? Would you describe yourself as that?
No, he doesn't come across to me as a humble guy. I don't know about you.
So, if you had to predict your record this year, do you say 10-0? And if you're asked how far you can make in the playoffs, do you say state championship?
Nah, I don't. I'm not that. I don't want to go there. But yeah, we're just looking at first. Number one thing, we want to have a good scrimmage tomorrow. Get us set for the regular season. We're just worried about our first game, which is St. Mary's. Honestly, I don't want to really look past that. So, I'm not going to give a record or anything. As far as the playoffs, we want to be able to win a District 9 championship. There's no secret about that. And we just saw the path that Central Clarion took last year in the state playoffs, and we want to be able to possibly do something like that for our program.
So we're going to go with 1-0 every week. The typical.
That's it, right?
He's a head coach. The most important game is the one that you're preparing for.
We're on to Cincinnati.
So I think this is the last time that we're going to remind you. You've been around a little while, right? So being that you've been here and you've kind of seen it all, is there anything that you still have as a goal or kind of check off your bucket list as a coach?
I guess to be able to answer that, the furthest we've gone as a program are the state quarterfinals. It would be, I guess, one of my goals would be make it past that point. And I think if we make it past that point, that would be a big accomplishment for our program.
We have some questions here that are not specifically X's and O's questions or about the season. I'm curious because I like to go a little bit. Derek likes to ask you the serious stuff. I want to ask you the really hard-hitting stuff. When the season is over, what's the first thing you look forward to doing?
Just maybe going home right after school for first time in, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months. I don't know. Just going home at, we get out at 2:55. I'm a teacher, so we get out at 2:55. Just going home and just to hang out on the couch for a little bit. That's probably the first day. After that, I'm back in the weight room. So,
what's the at-home checklist that piles up during the course of the season?
Yeah, it's a long list for sure. I got to give credit to my wife. Obviously, you guys have definitely pointed out how long I've been doing this for. But she's a saint. She's been a saint throughout this whole process for me. She's had some times in the fall where obviously I'm not around as much, and I have a couple kids, so I don't get to see them as much as either. So she really steps up and fills that gap for me.
With the way that you guys play football, you're a power run team. You pride yourself on defense. But last year, you guys had a stretch, and Brendan did a story on you guys going 150 points to 7 over a 3-week stretch there. As a coach, what do you take more pride in? What makes you smile more, the 6-3 win or the 46-43 shootout win?
I mean, I'd say a 6-3 win. We want to have close games. That's what's going to make us a better football team and have those close games. I don't think either side likes the games where they're blowouts like that. I'd rather have a close game. It doesn't matter what the score is. I'd just rather have a close game and see what happens in the fourth quarter and who's able to pull it out.
I'm going to spin that and just say you just like your punter. You like the punt game.
Well, one of our coaches said, "Hey, we have Nathan Hess is going to be our punter this year, and he's looking really, really good." And one of our coaches said, "Boy, he's going to be a big weapon for us this year." And I just said, it's a weapon we don't necessarily want to use. We have it in our pocket, but we don't want to use it very often.
6-3 makes it easy on us writers too. You don't have to list every one of the 16 touchdowns scored during the game.
It doesn't take.
Also
20
goes quicker on deadline.
Yeah. So speaking of crazy, what's the zaniest thing that's happened while you've been head coach here at Karns City?
I think one of the things that comes to mind for me, I believe it was back, I mentioned that Wilmington won a state championship. We played them the last game of the regular season up at their place. And we were driving to go ahead in the game. And we ran a play, and our guard was pulling, and he got tripped up by the OT. And the play just fell apart from there. And so I think we called timeout at that point because I think the clock was still running. We called timeout, and I was like, I think the play was set up. And so we ran the exact same play. Guard pulled, didn't get tripped up that time. It was like a throwback, kind of like a throwback screen. We hit that throwback screen, scored a touchdown, and ended up winning that game. And they were the eventual state championship team that year. So that was just one thing that stands out in my mind.
You mentioned earlier, and you talked to Derek at Media Day a couple weeks ago about the coaching staff that you have here and how many have been Karns City alum. I counted the list that Derek wrote down, and it's 10 in total. If you were to line up and play 11-on-11 flag football against your players, first to 3 touchdowns, we know that endurance might be a little bit difficult for some of the coaching staff here. Who wins that game?
If it would have occurred maybe 20 years ago, I'd say us. At this point, I have my doubts. I still feel like we could do something to outsmart them, though, somehow. I could act like my hamstrings pulled or something like that, and then finally take off on a sprint or something like that. I feel like that's what we could maybe do is use our smarts a little bit. But I just feel like we're probably a little long in the tooth at that for right now. So.
I'm a free agent quarterback if you need me. I'll come help out.
Our staff, it's not too far from the truth because our staff, we need guys who can throw. So we just bring some guys in. We need guys like my arm's shot, some other coaches' arms, they're shot. So we actually bring some different guys in just to be able to throw for drills and 7-on-7 stuff. And yeah, so hey, if you're interested, we'd love to have you.
I might have to come into work late a few days.
All right.
Stretch out the arm out here.
We'll talk this over off show.
Hey, we'll hit scout. Probably Wednesday about 4:45 or so. So I know you played before.
You can't touch a quarterback, okay? I'll wear a red jersey.
Well, if you're going to play, we're not going to let that happen.
It's going to be an extra special target on Brendan.
Yeah.
Joey, save the toughest question for last. We're here at the Pie Festival. Are you a pie guy, and what's your favorite kind of pie?
That's funny you ask. We were just talking about that today at practice. My number one would be key lime.
Really?
That's a different one.
Yeah.
Key lime pie. So we went on a vacation. My wife and I went on a vacation in Key West back in the springtime, and I think I had key lime pie every single day we were down there.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
Your favorite?
I like peanut butter chocolate pie. You ever had that?
Yes. Jake.
I'm really boring. I don't love pie, so it's apple
Oh
pie
my
for me.
gosh.
Apple pie is where I go.
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
What do you prefer over it then? Over pie?
I got sweet tooth for ice cream. I was actually gonna ask Joe about that. Like, is it pie or is it something else? What is the dessert that you can't say no to?
I'm a just all kind of sweets guy. I love all kind of sweets, whether it be cake, whether it be pie, cookies. So I go by what the coal miners, I think their philosophy was they ate their dessert first before the rest of their meal. So I still kind of follow that. We've been fed here throughout the week by our booster club and some of the team moms and stuff like that. And I'll eat my cookies or whatever first and save with the rest of the meal for later. So
That's why I love covering home games here at Karns City, because in the press box
There's
there's
donuts.
always there's cookies, there's everything up there, and Sam Swick's just like, here, take them. And I gotta watch my sugar when I show up.
I
to this
can
place.
eat like 2 Boston cream donuts a morning if you let me. Like, I will sometimes, honestly.
Joe, we appreciate your time today. We wish you good luck. Thank you so much.
thanks. And again, I want to thank you guys for coming out.
Thanks, Joe. We appreciate it.
Give it up for Coach Sherwin. We'd like to welcome on the Eye on Sports podcast 3 senior Karns City football players. We got running back, defensive lineman Nathan Hess, and punter.
Oh, yeah.
We got offensive lineman, defensive lineman Mason Bell, and running back, defensive lineman Hunter Scherer. Hey! Hunter, I'm going to start off with you. I've covered a number of Karns City games while you've played here, and you run with a very physical style.
Yeah.
And it doesn't surprise me that you play on the defensive line on that side of the ball. Just you love to play a physical style. Has that always been kind of the way you played the game, or did you have to kind of learn that after you got started?
No, I've always been too slow to go around people, so I just go straight through them.
Also, it's your lack of speed. That
Yeah,
you,
that's it. If I had speed, I'd probably be going around them, but
All right,
it's just too easy to go to this point. Just go through them.
just go through them. Huh?
Yeah.
Mason, you were previously a running back on the varsity team.
Yep.
Now you're moving to the line. Is there any aspect of that switch from running back to offensive line that's been the most challenging for you, something that you've really had to focus on to make sure you're the best blocker this team can have?
I mean, I think the footwork on the blocking is a lot different, especially with forwards and stuff like that. But I did a lot of blocking at running back, so stuff on the edges has transitioned pretty well for me.
Well, the defensive line is where you've been most effective the last few years. I think 25 sacks since your freshman year. Do you like playing on the line, and what's the biggest throw you get? You like sacking, or do you rather just lay a running back on his back? I mean, what gives you a thrill on that side of the ball?
I mean, sparing the quarterback in the back has got to be the best feeling in the game of football. I mean, I just love the D-line. If I get a chance to come off and just blindside the quarterback, that make me more excited than a touchdown, to be honest.
Man, physical guys here. Nathan, you showed a lot of promise as a running back your freshman year. I had you down for over 300 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns. But the last 2 years have been really slowed by injury. Can you talk to us about that? What were you dealing with, and how excited are you to just get back on the field with your teammates?
Well, a sophomore year I was out due to a shoulder injury that I missed all sports for that, and then I was going to come back for my junior year. I was so excited. Summer workouts looked so much fun. I was really amped, and then first game, there a minute into the second quarter. And I think all of that has actually just built up more aggression and more eagerness to play football with all my friends.
So I didn't find out until just 10 minutes ago you're also going to be the team's punter. How did that come about? I mean, did Joe Sherwin say, hey, you guys go out and kick the ball, and we're going to see who can punt for us this year? How did that come about that you're in that position this year?
I think when I was younger, I always just enjoyed punting a lot, and I think 8th grade I was the punter, and then 9th grade that I was the backup punter because they had the quarterback just be the punter to make things easier, and then so I think that's how it just came about, and he graduated, and then I just stepped up.
So how's your arm? I mean, is there any chance of a fake punt 70-yard touchdown pass?
Well, I don't want to brag, but I did play a little bit of quarterback in 7th grade.
Oh, boy. So who's going to be catching the 70-yard touchdown pass on the fake punt? Riley Hamilton?
Oh, I have a few secrets up my sleeve, but I don't want to disclose that. All part of the surprise.
When are you guys going to pull this out? Tight game?
We'll see.
Or when you guys are up by 30, so if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter.
It'll work. Come on.
You'll see Jackson.
We'll see. It's a
You'll see
surprise.
Jackson Fight running down the field for an 80-yard touchdown.
Hunter, Karns City's ground game has been by committee for years. Last year, Braden Slater won the Eagle scoring trophy, and I think he carried the ball less than 100 times the whole season. As one of the running backs, what's the biggest benefit to having it by committee? And in your opinion, are there any drawbacks to having so many guys running the ball?
No, I don't think there is because they don't just focus on one person. They're focusing on the whole backfield, so it kind of makes it easier on all of us because we're all different running styles. So it just makes it easier on all of us.
What are your thoughts on, you can have guys with the most talent running the ball. I mean, speed guys, power guys like yourself. But if the guys up front aren't doing their job, it's going to be a tough night for you guys. What are your thoughts on the offensive line, specifically on this year's team, from what you've seen?
We got some big boys up front, and they're really physical, so I'm excited to see because we do a really good job moving to the linebacker, so it just makes my job easier to have those guys in front of me pushing through.
So you're a senior. This is it for you as far as high school football goes. What's the most what thing are you most looking forward to? What aspect of football? Is it the physicality on the field, or is there something else that maybe we don't see on Friday nights that you're going to miss most?
I'd say it's probably hanging out with my teammates during the week. Like, we're always with each other, and then Thursday nights before the games, we go with each other. And it is the physical part on Friday night. You're there right beside each other, just pounding the other team for 2 hours.
Where is the hangout spot around here? I mean, where do you guys – I mean, like, when you want to hang out other than at somebody's house, where do you guys go around here?
Mason right here has a pretty nice pond. Me and CJ really like to go to that.
A pond, huh?
Oh, this thing's sweet.
Where do you live?
Oh, it's not too far away, but this isn't just a regular pond now. We've got a water slide built. We've got a zip line built. It's pretty high class.
I know where
area.
I'm coming my next day off. I'm going to come up to Mason's house. What aspect of football are you looking forward to most? I wanted to ask you this because you've missed the last 2 seasons other than a couple carries last year. What part of football did you miss most, and are you looking forward to most as a senior now?
I just miss being out there with all my teammates and having fun. Just see them in the huddle, just smiling and laughing when they're doing good and all that. And also, even when they're down, them just picking each other up and just stuff like that, little small things. I just miss the interaction with your teammates out there in the field.
So what did you do the last 2 years? I mean, last year did you still come to games when you were injured?
I still showed up to games and practices, but, it's not the same as playing.
How tough was that to be just watching and not being able to actually take part?
Pretty frustrating, but, I still find joy in watching them having fun out there and playing.
Was there any doubt in your mind, even when you got hurt last year, when you found out that you would not be playing anymore as a junior? Did you kind of, senior, I'm definitely come back. Was there any doubt that you'd be back this year?
No.
And when were you cleared to play? When were you good to go?
A little bit into June, I got cleared, fully cleared for sports and everything.
So, obviously during practices, Coach Sherwin, the assistants, they want you to be, on task, focused. Is there anything is there anybody either on a coaching staff or a player who's kind of able to be the comic relief? Does anybody kind of enter something in practices when you guys can laugh and kind of just take a break from being serious?
I was getting a water break. I think it was 2 days ago, and I looked over and I seen Coach Covington and Ed Conto wrestling under one of our trampoline things. So that was pretty funny. I thought we were gonna have to get the stretcher because they're pretty old.
Who won?
I think we called it a tie.
A tie.
Yeah.
I know Coach Conto. I'd have to check out Coach Covington. I'm not sure. I mean, you said they're both kind of up there.
Oh yeah, right next to Joe.
So amazing. I've mentioned earlier that you've tallied 25 sacks in 3 years. Who is your defensive line coach, and how has he helped you regarding technique over the last few years? How has he helped you become the best defensive lineman you can be?
Zach Keppel's our main defensive line coach, and he was pretty much only one there with Covington my freshman year, and they kind of helped me learn the ropes of what to do and kind of the basic moves. That's helped a lot. And last year, I think what helped a lot boost the sack number up was Dalton Callahan came as an assistant. And sometimes, Campbell's our offensive coordinator as well. And sometimes if I just quickly on the sideline need to go talk to someone after the defensive series, I would go talk to Callahan, and he would be able to see and maybe give me like a little move to maybe get past that tackle and just maybe get me one more sack in that game.
So Zach Keppel is the a defensive line coach. He's also the offensive coordinator.
Yep.
He's a jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm. Do it all.
I would say he's too bad he can't suit up anymore. Honestly, he used to play basketball here, football here. He was a good competitor. Now, obviously, a good coach, a good coordinator. I'm going to ask you this, Nathan. Which one of your defensive teammates are you glad you don't have to worry about being tackled by on a Friday night, and why?
I'd probably have to say with probably C.J. Emmerich, because he's probably, I don't know, how tall does he think he is?
Oh, I mean, like 5.
It says 5'5".
5 flat.
5'5" on his 5'5" on his driver's license. 5'5" on his driver's license.
And he was wearing heels that day. But like he is that, and then he is like probably over 200 pounds. He's like a tree stump, and I feel like if I run into him, I'm not going anywhere.
CJ, right?
Oh yeah.
Now he's got a brother. Is that Shane? That's his.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
and he plays defense too.
Mm-hmm.
He actually led you guys in tackles last year as a sophomore, 62, I believe.
Yeah.
So what is it with the Emmerichs? Are they just kind of
They're pretty aggressive. You can say that.
pretty aggressive? Don't be tackled by C.J. Emmerich
Or the other one too.
or the other one.
Yep.
You've made many big plays over the last 3 years, but is there one that stands out for you, Mason? I mean, I know you've basically been, you've carried the ball a few times. Most of your big plays have come on defense. Is there one that really stands out for you?
I don't know if I could pinpoint just like one play that I made. Maybe I'm going way back here. We played Clearfield here the last game of the season, and you look at their line. They had some massive guys on the line, and I was kind of surprised that the game. Yeah, the game count came down to the wire, and the quarterback ended up rolling out to the right. It was like one of the last possessions of the game. We got a sack on that play, and then they forced an incompletion on the next play. And I think that sack, we turned the series around. We were able to seal the game off. So
Clearfield, they're a tough team. You beat Clearfield, you're doing something right that night. I'm going to stick with you for this one. I've spoken to Joe Sherwin, your head coach, a number of times before games, on the phone for previews, after games. He comes across to me as a very mild-mannered guy. But does he ever get riled up? I mean, is there an instance when you can remember him kind of just losing it? And what was that instance?
We're going to go way back again. It was freshman year, and we're going back. We were running a screen to the right, and we weren't supposed to block the DN. And I think James Jones blocked the DN like 5 times in a row. Like, James, don't block the DN. We run the play again. He blocks the DN. James, don't block the DN. Blocks the DN again. It's just like, James, for the love of God, do not touch the DN. Blocks the DN again. It just lost his mind.
So this was a game?
No, it was in practice.
Oh, it was in practice. So what had how much longer was James a member of the team after?
I still remember the team. It was
I remember just sitting there, and I'm like in the back, and all I hear is, God bless America. Not again.
Hunter, what is something about yourself that people who know you just as a football player would be surprised to know? Remember,
I watch SpongeBob a lot.
SpongeBob?
Yeah, I watch SpongeBob a lot.
Who's your favorite character on SpongeBob?
Squidward, because he's like always so like, he always like sarcastically just has crash outs at like SpongeBob and Patrick, and it's so funny. So I'd say Squidward, yeah.
All right, what's your favorite type of music?
I'd say probably country.
Favorite artist?
Probably Jason
Oh, I
Aldean.
thought you were going to say Taylor Swift.
No. That's my girlfriend, and I can't stand it.
Oh, well. Don't let her listen to this. What is the most boring thing, Nathan, you've ever had to sit through? You've ever been forced to sit through?
If I had to think, it would probably be back in 7th grade or 8th grade music class. I'm not much of a singer, and
That surprises me. You look like somebody who could really bellow something out.
We sang a lot. We were in that class. We sang a lot in that class.
like sometimes the highs were high and the lows were low, and sometimes it would just drag on and drag on and drag on, and I could just fall asleep.
Music class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been there.
Yep.
Music class wasn't for me either. Hunter, Nathan, and Mason, we appreciate you coming onto the show and answering the questions. Give it up for these three guys, your teammates. Great. Brendan and Jake, welcome back. What are your thoughts on our interviews, our guests that just left the stage?
Hell, I think we should have hosted this at Mason's house and just gone off the zip line into the pond there. That would have been way more entertaining. I would have done it. I would have absolutely done that to start the show.
I think I'd rather spend the rest of the night watching SpongeBob. I get Squidward as a favorite character. I understand that.
Just be careful the trash talk here, because these are big dudes behind us.
It wasn't trash talk. I like SpongeBob, for real. I'm surprised Derek knew about SpongeBob. I know.
He's got a song.
Will's
I
watched
know
a little bit.
about SpongeBob. He actually doesn't watch
Oh, really?
SpongeBob, no.
Were you a SpongeBob guy, Jake? It was a little.
My brother was. I wasn't so much.
Oh,
no, it was not my thing.
You're missing out. That's all I gotta say.
That's what I hear.
I've said several times, my first ever paycheck that I ever made in my life, the first thing I bought was the first 100 episodes of SpongeBob. So
I could think of better things to spend money on.
You've been wasting your money your whole life.
No, it was a good interview.
Yeah.
It was a good interview.
Absolutely. Before we close the show, I want to get you guys' thoughts on Karns City football for 2025. Brendan.
I always think it's interesting to come out and cover games where it's very ground-based. I know Joe told me during media day they might be passing a little bit more, but it's nice to come out here and get that difference from you go from Mars, spread attack, they're throwing the ball all around. You come here and you get to see big guys go at it and someone toting the rock. So I always think that's a fun brand of football to watch.
You know, I was looking back earlier at who the Eagle Scoring Trophy winners are and was trying to see, like, when was the last time a school won 2 in a row, because it feels like, you know, there's some really talented running backs in the area. We talked about Amos Glennon from Freeport in the office this year. We've got, you know, Aiden Yoakum at Mars. Might be pretty good this year, depending on, he's going to be stepping up in the starting role for the first time. But this team did it last year. Most of those pieces are back. It's going to be a different guy who would win it, you know, from a year ago. But I'd have to think that Karns City's, you know, in the running again to take that trophy home. But it just feels like a team that's going to, you know, run the ball really well again. Its offensive line is a mostly veteran group. This is probably going to be one of the last teams we're covering in the postseason again.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. I was going through the schools we cover in my head. This will be my 24th fall covering football for the Butler Eagle. The
Almost
only
as old
team,
as Joe Sherwin.
We're making fun of Joe for being old.
You know,
Got to get on you.
I'm catching up on him, but the only team that can rival Karns City's consistency as far as, you know, football making the playoffs on a regular basis in the time I've been here is Mars. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only team that can come close. From talking to the players at Media Day and, of course, Coach Sherwin as well. Even talked to Zach Keppel for a while for one of the stories. Nothing I've heard tells me that 2025 is not going to add to the great tradition of football here at Karns City. I think they're in for a big year. How big, that remains to be seen, but I guarantee you they'll be playing in November. No doubt in my mind they'll be playing in November.
A lot would have to go wrong for that to not happen. Yeah, I feel pretty confident. Like I said, this will be one of the last teams we're sending people out to. Maybe it's Brendan.
It's usually me in the cold. Hey, like I said, football season could go year-round, and I'd have just as much fun. So,
Now, I guarantee you, last year I did not cover a Karns City home football game.
Really?
I'm going to make sure I get back here this year because
Just blame me.
just the food in the press box, honestly. I mean, hey, get to watch good football on the field and good food in the press box. I covered them last year a few times, but it was on the road. I'm going to make sure I put myself down for a home game here at Deal Stadium. Absolutely.
You got it.
And that's a wrap for our Season 2 opener of Eye on Sports. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. We have many episodes dropping on each Butler County team, including Karns City, ahead of Week 1. and grab a copy of our high school football season preview special section, which comes out Wednesday. All of our episodes throughout the football season and beyond will drop every Thursday, and be sure to follow the Butler Eagle News on YouTube to see full video of each episode under Alter Eagle playlist. Thank you so much, Karns City, for hosting us. We'll be out here shortly to see what you guys can do on the field this year.
Thank you, Karns City.
Some ice cream waiting for you up there.
Hey.
Just pie.